All right, welcome to week 4 of the Ragsdale. No, I'm sorry, of NFL Family Fight. It's not just Ragsdale's in the room. I got to give props to my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Curtis. I got to give props. I can't leave you out, you know what I'm saying? So it's just the NFL Family Fight. We have had a good time with this. You know, I told y'all I was coming back. I told y'all I was coming back. I told y'all I was coming back. So the winner for week 3 is yours truly. Went from the bottom, but now I'm here. Now y'all got to try to catch up with me. You know what I'm saying? So we got my big brother Charles Ragsdale here. We got my big brother Harold Ragsdale here. We got my man, my first cousin Curtis Murray here, man, and we're going to do some picks for week 4, and we're going to go ahead and get this started. So as always, we want you to like, share, and subscribe. Share this with somebody, the sports fan in your life. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that people are betting based on our picks. You know what I'm saying? Now, they probably losing money if they betting off of Hurl's picks. You know what I'm saying? But if they betting off my picks last week, they might have won a little something. You know what I mean? So let's go ahead and get it started, Chuck. Tell me what's going on, man.
All right. So, yeah, Hurl's still on top overall, though. Durrell pulled it out. He did get 11 this week. And Hurl finished second. I finished third. Kirk had a rough week. So hopefully he can rebound. But anyway, we're going to kick it off. We're going to start off with Durrell. Then we're going to go to Kurt, myself, and then Hurl, and then back the other way. So the first game is the Thursday night game tomorrow night. The Lions are going to play the Packers. This Jordan Love taking on Jared Goff. Who you got, Durham? Since you started off all good.
Yeah, no, this one right here I think was one of those ones that we should go back and forth because the first week didn't Detroit beat KC? You know, so Detroit looked real good. Detroit looked real good some weeks and then, you know, turn around and look real bad. And then, you know, Green Bay hasn't done what they were supposed to do or what we thought they would do. But then they turned around last week and had a big win against New Orleans. And I think they're going to continue that
both teams forward. Are 2-1.
Yeah, both teams are 2-1. But I like that win against New Orleans last week for Green Bay. So I'm going with Love in Green Bay.
Okay.
Don't just be copying my picks, Earl. Try to keep up. You know what I'm saying?
All right. We'll go next with Kurt. Who you got, Kurt?
Man, give me Jordan Love, man. Give me them Packers.
Okay. My pick, I am going with the road team. I'm going with the Detroit Lions. I'm thinking the Detroit Lions are going there and Goff will do a little bit better than Love. So let's go with the Lions. This is the first time on a Thursday night game where we didn't clean sweep it all the way across. All right.
We did. Really?
We
didn't.
Going with the Lions, man. I'm going with Goff. I'm going with the Lions.
All right. So
I think that was a fluke game. They're gonna upset them in Green Bay. They playing in Green Bay, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna jump out. They're gonna jump out on them, and they won't be able to make that comeback. It's Thursday night. We got this.
All right. So we're going back to you again, Hurl. We're going with the Falcons. They're traveling to Jacksonville to play the Jaguars.
Man, give me the Falcons. I just Lawrence is not clicking yet. Give me the Falcons, man.
Okay. I think this is the week Peterson to get these guys ready to play. They can't afford to fall to 1-3. I have Bijan Robinson on my fantasy football team. I'm hoping he have a big day, but I have to go with the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Jaguars in this game. All right, Kurt.
Hey, so if I'm not mistaken, okay, on the first pick, did everybody else go with the Lions?
No.
Durrell and Kurt, you and Durrell went with the Packers. And
Daryl's smart. Daryl's smart. Yeah. Yeah, Daryl's a smart young man. Yes. Okay.
He's going to be wrong.
Well, man, give me the Jags, man. It's really a toss-up to me, but dang, Trevor Lawrence got to be worth something. Give me the Jaguars.
All right, Daryl.
Nah. All right, so who did Harold pick? Harold picked Jacksonville too?
Nope.
Harold
No.
picked the Falcons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so who did Jacksonville lose to last week?
The Texans.
The Texans, baby. Jacksonville let the Houston Texans beat them boys. That let me know that they ain't no good. If Houston Tech now let's not get it twisted. The Texans, my boys, it did take them a punt return, a late game interception, and a block punt, and a block kick, field goal, or whatever. You know what I'm saying, to win that game. But they still beat them boys. So I don't have no faith in Jacksonville. I'm going with Atlanta this week.
Okay, we're going to turn it back around to you.
Oh, me, man.
And this is a
Miami and Buffalo.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup here, boy. I went back and forth on this one a couple of times.
I did.
But yeah, so we're going to turn it back on you. And they're playing in Buffalo. Miami's going down there. It's still, the weather's still good. So
yeah, weather's still good,
Buffalo
man. If it
won't
was
be a
colder,
factor. So who do you pick to win that game?
man, them boys has put up a 70 spot, man. Them boys put up what's the team that just beat Deion them? Them boys put up Oregon numbers, man. Man, I'm going.
We'll discuss them a
Miami.
little later.
Huh?
I said we'll discuss
going
that a
with
little later.
Miami. They beat them boys by 50. They beat them boys. Another NFL team, but they gave them 50. I can't think of no 50 Cent songs. If I could, I'd be singing it right now because they beat them boys by 50. You know what I'm saying? So that, man, Miami is on a whole nother level right now. They do it, man. I like Buffalo. But Miami's just until they show me something different. Miami's clicking on all cylinders, man. They looking real good. It look like the Muskogee Roughers playing against the Oklahoma Sooners out there, and I think that Miami gonna win this game. So I'm going with the Dolphins, man.
All right. Okay, Kurt.
I'm impressed with Miami. Dang. It's in Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Miami's undefeated. Buffalo needs this. Like, this is their season right here, as far as keeping a grip on the division. I'm going to say they get to Tua and win a close game at the end. Give me Buffalo.
I'm right there with you, Kurt. I think this is the week that Miami will be brought back down to earth. You know, I still have my concerns about Josh Allen playing recklessly at times, but I think Buffalo slow them boys up, and I think it'll be a pretty high-scoring game because Miami's still not playing a lot of defense right now. And, yeah, I see people are picking on Apple a little bit. So I'm going to go with the Bills at home, pulling out a high-scoring win. I think it'll be a very thrilling game, very exciting. I'm going with Josh Allen and them to pull it out at the very end of the game. And how about you, G?
Dolphins.
Okay, so Harold and Daryl went with the Dolphins. Myself and Kurt went with the Bills. And we'll turn it back around to you on we got two teams that are not doing too well.
The boo-boo bowl. Golly.
The Ravens are going to play the Bears. Somebody somebody help me make this pick. Nah. Who you got, Earl?
That's the Broncos and the Bears, right?
Yeah, Broncos and the Bears. They're playing in Chicago, Soldier Field. Kansas City went in there and whooped them 41 to nothing. Well, they scored 10 garbage points at the end, but yeah, Bears are suffering just as bad as the team that got
So it's
spotted.
my pick.
I beat by 50. Yeah, it's on you, bro.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go with coaching.
Okay.
I just think Sean Payton,
Mm-hmm.
where he got embarrassed, he's
Mhm.
gotta win this week. And if he don't win this week, Sierra be gone, man. Give me the Broncos.
Okay.
Give me the Broncos on the road.
I think I'm gonna follow that cat. I think this is the week the Broncos get their first win. I think they'll get their first win. I can't see. I mean, I think Peyton to get them guys right. Russell Wilson didn't really have a bad game. He put up some numbers last week, but they just, oh gosh, it was a disaster. But yeah, I'm thinking the Broncos will get it turned around, or it's going to be a very short tenure for for the head coach there. But I'm going with the Broncos to get their first win. And it's on you, Kurt.
Man, dang. Okay, so yeah, this is the Boo Boo Bowl, but here's my philosophy on this. I really want to pick Chicago, but I got a feeling everybody gonna pick the Broncos. So if we lose together or win together, that's a wash. So I'm gonna go with what y'all went with. I'll go with the Broncos. I don't think Daryl gonna jump out there and pick no Chicago. So
I told y'all week 1 why I
You
don't
throwing
like-
that bait out there, boy. You trying to hook them. All right. You threw that bait out there. I like it though, man. Hey, go D.
I told y'all week 1 why I don't like Chicago. Chicago is a good friend of mine's favorite team. So I talk smack about Chicago for years now. And I almost want to go with them simply because last week, 3 games that we all went to one side, the other team won. Did y'all realize that?
yep.
We all
lost-
chose Jacksonville over Houston.
Yeah. It was some bad
And
shit.
Jacksonville won. I mean, Houston won. We all chose Baltimore over Indianapolis. And we all chose Baltimore over Indianapolis, and Indy won. And then we all chose Dallas over Arizona. And Arizona won. You know what I'm saying? So if we all choose a team, they over.
So
Hey,
go
no
against
harm, no
the
foul.
grain. Go against the
No
grain.
harm, no foul.
So no, but what I'm not gonna do that. Not this week. Now I don't like Chicago. I think just like y'all think, man. I think the coaching. I think they were so embarrassed last week over what happened. I think Sean Payton gonna have them boys ready to play. So I think that they're gonna come out and they're gonna win this week. I can't see them following up last week disaster with another loss. I just can't see it. Not an NFL team. These guys are professional. I
Okay.
can't see them doing it twice in a row.
Okay. Okay. Tough game coming up to pick from. Daryl, it's back on you. We're going with the Ravens traveling to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Browns.
Y'all already know my pick on this one too. I can't have back rub Bobby. I can't be rooting for him. I can't be rooting for Happy Ending Hal. You know what I'm saying?
You going with the Ravens, right?
I can't stand them. I can't stand them. So and y'all know how I feel about Baltimore, man. I think they're a real talented team that, they just don't always put it together. You know what I'm saying? Even in the games that they won, if you're watching the game, man, it's like, I don't know if it's coaching or what. It seems like they got all the talent in the world and it just don't click all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I still like them boys. I'd rather choose Baltimore over Cleveland. So I'm going with Baltimore.
Yes, sir. Kurt, who you got, cousin?
Man, Lamar is my fantasy quarterback. You know what I'm
Mine too,
saying?
bro. He won me.
Yeah.
He won me last week. He won that for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Me too. I mean, I had Mostart too, but anyway, that's another story. Man, I don't know if anybody looking, but Deshaun is showing glimpses of his old good self.
I'm looking. I'm watching.
Cleveland's defense has been one of the top in the league so far.
But they did lose Chubb, didn't they?
They lost Chubb, but they playing a
They
whole
picked up
different
Kareem
game.
Hunt.
Him hitting that running back out of the backfield, and he's freezing them safeties, and he's able to hit his mid-range passes. So all I'm saying is this is going to be a divisional scrap. Man, I hate to say it, but give me Flash in the Browns, man. I hate to go against my own quarterback, but give me old Flash.
I'm going to follow that cab, man. You know, and another thing I don't think you noticed, Mari Cooper's starting to wake up.
Yes.
Mari Cooper's starting to wake up. So give me the Browns, man. And I have noticed that the Browns are playing pretty good defense. I know that they're playing at the dog pound. Tough place to play. I had to go with the Browns, man. I think the Browns will pull it out. And that's my pick. And I'm sticking with it. And Harold.
Browns. Just because of their defense, Garrett has 4.5 sacks. As of last week, that defense it'll be a little too much for Jackson. Jackson, I don't know whether it's their coaching, their play calling. They just look lethargic, man.
He's still thinking though. This is his first time in that offense. See, they got Georgia's offensive coordinator from last year. They putting him in a spread offense, so he don't even know the terminology yet. He ain't gonna show. Right. He's not gonna really show until about the 7th, 8th game. You can get him now.
Right now, he looked like a rookie out there, man.
He looked like he's thinking.
And
that's when you don't know the playbook.
It's not a good look. And then he need to get somebody to comb his braid his hair. The dude is ugly. The Brown.
Yeah.
All right. And girl, you the lone wolf on this one, man.
I like that. I'm fine with the lone wolf. That just gives me another game.
All right, then, Harold, we're going to turn it back around to you. We're going to turn it back around to you. Next game is the Pittsburgh Steelers going to play girls
Texans Tag. Man, you know I'm going with the black coach. I'm going with Thomas. Steelers all day. Easy. Say they'll probably put up over 40 points on.
Oh, they won't.
Wait a minute. Was we supposed to go back to? Dale, you picked.
I picked first last time, so it's Harold. Harold picks first this time. You're
okay.
right.
Okay, so I don't know. I felt like I was getting up. I'm going with the Steelers. The Steelers had a rough start to the season, but they have since started back playing Steeler football. They're not as good as they normally are, but I think they'll do enough to go into Houston and beat the Texans. All right, Kurt.
Man, this is tough for me because quiet as kept. CJ Stroud's a solid quarterback.
He did a leadership. Good job last week. Yeah.
Great decision making. I've been watching him.
Mm-hmm.
But man, Pittsburgh's defense is rounding into form right now.
Wow.
Kenny Pickett then found him a couple of plays that he executes real well. I think they will get him a couple of times, but I can still see Pittsburgh scoring on defense and that being the difference in the game. Give me the Steelers. Even though I think the Texans going to ruin some people's lives by the end of the season.
Maybe by the end of the season.
I mean, just knock some people out of contention. Yeah. I think they'll be able to be that good.
Every week they're going to get better. Every week because they got a lot of rookies. They starting a lot of really young rookies and first-year players.
That's going to bode well for next year.
Yeah, yeah. I'm feeling the same. I'm hopeful for my Texans as well as my Rockets. Not this year, not next year, but in about 3 years, 2, 3 years, these boys, if they keep everything together and they keep on growing and going in this direction, they're gonna both be good. But for this game,
I think so.
like I
Kansas City
said
has
earlier,
6 rings by then, baby.
like as I said earlier, Texans won last week. I'm happy for my Texans, but it took them boys a blocked field goal. It took a what they do, a kickoff return or something crazy like that in a late interception towards the end of the game. The squeak out the victory against the team that they was playing against last week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't see them doing it again. Pittsburgh, like all my family has already said, rounded into form. That defense looks good. Thomason, he's a coach, man. You know what I'm saying? First of all, for him to have been in the NFL for as long as he's been in the NFL, coaching as a black man, and as quick as they get rid of a black coach in the NFL,
Well, ain't
you
that the
know
truth?
that man can coach. You know what
That's
I'm
real.
saying? Because he wouldn't still be here, right? So I feel like he's gonna come in there. They're coming off a big win last week against them Raiders, and I think that they're gonna go ahead and beat up on my Texans this week. Now, hey, this is one that if I'm wrong, I'm happy if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'll take this loss, but I just can't. I can't put my money on them yet.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, then. We're going to turn it back around to you, Daryl, once again. We got Boo Boo Bowl #2.
Boo Boo Bowl #2. Who we got?
Vikings going to Carolina to play
Yeah.
the Panthers.
Yeah, who did I choose for this game? I didn't. Oh, Vikings of Carolina. Okay, so man, I chose Minnesota. I think I looked at so what I did is I looked at what are their records? I looked at their
0-3,
records.
0-3.
0-3.
Yeah. So I looked at who they lost against. You know what I'm saying? And I think Minnesota has lost to better talent. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving the slight edge to Minnesota. You know, so that's just who I'm going with. I don't have nothing to even say about it or no numbers or nothing to go with it.
Okay. Kurt?
Hold on a second.
Yes, sir.
Heads is Minnesota. Tails is Carolina. It's heads. It's on heads, Minnesota.
Okay.
Wow.
Myself, I went with Minnesota Vikings as well. I think Minnesota has the better talent. I know, Kurt, we went out on an edge with them last week, thinking that
Almost got there.
Jefferson would be too much for them, but they folded. I don't know why Cousins is so and they
He
even
threw the interception in the red zone, bro, to end the game. Like, man.
But I have to go with the Vikings on this game based on just the talent. You know, I think both teams 0-3, so it you're right, man. That's a coin toss.
Yeah.
All right, Earl. Who you got, bro?
I got the Vikes.
Okay.
They got Jefferson. He's got 458 yards receiving. They just look. I don't like Cousins, but I like Minnesota's defense. They got D. Hunter. He's setting up 5 sacks. I think their defense is stout. I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Panthers. Who is it? I mean, is it Adrian Shipp?
Some Ridley guy. Isn't it some guy named Ridley or something like this?
Yeah. Minnesota.
Some unknown.
Minnesota need a victory. They'll get theirs. They've been playing some very competitive games and just coming up short because Cousins is a choker by nature. But I don't think it'll get down to that. I think his defense will carry him. I think they have some special team plays that'll lift them up. It'll be a blowout. Minnesota get their first victory this weekend.
Hey, Kurt. Okay. Kurt, Chubb say he a loser.
Oh, Dalton's the quarterback.
Chubb said Kirk Cousins is a loser by nature, dog.
Hey,
He was born a loser. He said his mama was a loser.
All right, okay. All right, Harold, we're gonna turn it right back around to you. This is a good game. Your homeboy Baker Mayfield. No, hold up. Let me back up one. Rams and the Colts. Minshew taking on Stafford.
Boo boo bowl. Another
That's
boo.
another Boo Boo Bowl. I kind of think the Rams will be pretty solid.
They playing
They're
in
playing in Indianapolis.
is the young black man is the young black quarterback, is he playing this week?
Let me see.
He was on the concussion, wasn't he? Wasn't he hurt? Who was that quarterback hurt to play for them?
Minshew. Oh, Colts. Oh, DJ.
Anthony Rich.
What's that new? Yeah, he just came. Yeah, just came up.
Okay, is he playing? Is he still hurt?
Let me see if we can find him on the injury report here. Minshew, Colts and Rams. Let me see. He's listed as questionable.
And who's their backup quarterback? What's his name?
Minshew. Yeah, Minshew. Gordon, I think his first name.
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. Minshew has some playing experience.
Hey man, give me them Colts, boy. Give me them Colts. Give me them Colts. Because they're at home.
Okay.
Shoot.
I'm going to go with the Rams. I just think the Rams are a better overall football team. I can't see the Colts beating them with a backup quarterback with Earl Donald up there. Getting to the quarterback, putting pressure on him. I'm going with the Rams, man. I haven't written off McVay. What's that kid? That coach's name? McVay? Is that their coach? I haven't written them off. All right, Kurt.
Man. Okay, so even though the Rams lost, I think they sacked Burrow about 8 or 9 times and knocked him down about 12 times. Donald's heating up, and I think that they get so much pressure up the middle, they're gonna force some sideline interceptions or tip ball interceptions. I'm gonna go with the Rams in a close one.
Thank you, Kurt.
You welcome, cousin.
All right, then. Let's go to you, Durham.
Trev, you out there on that ledge all by yourself, bro. Look, see, y'all sleeping on the Rams. Them Rams are playing well. Listen, they beat Seattle, a good team. And then they lost to San Francisco, one of the best teams in the league. Then they lost to Cincinnati, who had to win. You understand? Who's one of the better teams in the league, but they had lost their first 2 games and they had to win. That was a must-win game. Cincinnati, they came out there ready to play, right? And the Rams didn't sleep on that game. They played on strong that game. The Rams is a good team that's just had to deal with some scheduling issues. They done ran up against a couple of buzzsaws, but they gonna right the ship, and it ain't gonna be close. Kurt, you talking about a close game? It ain't gonna be close. They're gonna beat these boys bad. 3 touchdowns.
Wow. Hey, I'll take it.
Okay, so Harold ended up being the lone wolf on that one.
Oh.
All right, then. Let's turn it back around on you, Daryl. We're going with now this is the game that I was thinking about. Baker Mayfield, Moneymaker Baker, taking on the Saints in New Orleans. New Orleans let me down last week. Who you got?
And I hate, man, I hate to vote for Baker. But I hate to put a, I would like to vote against them every single week. But I think that they're a better team than New Orleans, so I think Tampa Bay gonna win this game.
All right, Kurt.
Man, I'm gonna roll with my little cousin now, man. Give me old shake and bake. I mean, see, even with Derek Carr, man, he just good enough to lose, man. Just good enough to win go just good enough for you to go 8-8, or 8-9, 9-8.
Sure.
I just even though Philly kind of manhandled them, the game was really closer than what it looked like it was. Tampa got a solid team, middle of the pack, 15, top 12. So I'm gonna go with them over New Orleans, even though New Orleans got a good defense. I think Tampa will get them.
Okay.
Can I say something real quick, Chuck?
Okay.
Can
Yeah,
I say
sure,
something real? Can I
sure.
throw in a fact though? The games that Tampa Bay have won have been against bad teams. So
True.
and that's what I was looking at that, right? I was looking at the game like they beat, let me go back in my notes here. They beat Minnesota and then they turned around and beat Chicago. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
so that
But
actually
New Orleans
that's
lost to
what
Green
that's
Bay.
what made me kind of go back and forth. I think the losses that New Orleans have had, they lost against better teams than Tampa Bay has beaten. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna go with Tampa Bay. Against my better judgment, I'm gonna go with Tampa Bay. It's just a feeling. But go ahead.
I'm
man.
following that Cav as well. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers because I know they're playing in New Orleans. I think Carr is nursing a bad shoulder right now, right? He hurt his shoulder in the game, and I believe he's questionable. So I think the Bucs
And they got the book on Jameis. They got the book on Jameis over there.
Yeah, Jameis
they're gonna get him 2 times.
Either one of them play. Because if Carr goes out there, Carr they'll probably dial up some plays where he's gonna take some hits. And I think it's his throwing shoulder too, right?
That's what I think. I think it's his right shoulder.
I think it's his throwing shoulder. So I don't see him having enough to win. And Jameis Winston is really good for a few pick six. He's a solid quarterback, but he chokes it every now and then. I hope he gets better, but I decided to go with the Buccaneers on the road to go in New Orleans and get it done. All right. That's my pick, and I'm standing on that. How about you, Harold?
Yeah, Bucks all day. Baker the playmaker, baby.
All right.
I don't even think Carr is playing. And if they play Winston, they better out playing that running quarterback. What's that other boy's name with New Orleans? They just bring him in and run.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
Yeah, white guy.
Come on, man. They don't even have a quarterback, dude. Come on, it's Baker the playmaker, baby.
Yeah.
Boomer for life.
All right, then. We're going to turn it back around on you. You got Baker. We got the Washington Commanders traveling to Philadelphia.
Eagles.
To play the Eagles.
Eagles, easy.
And I'm following that, Cab. I'm going with the Eagles. The Eagles will be 4-0 after this week. All right, enough said. How about you, Kurt? Another Boomer Sooner for life, too, is your quarterback there.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jalen Hurts.
I can't go out there on the limb for nothing else. Like, not for this. Give me the Eagles.
Okay. And Durham?
We all choosing the Eagles, man. That's an easy game. Eagles all the way.
All right, turn it back around to you, Durham. We got the Bengals traveling to play the Titans in Tennessee.
Now, this one was hard for me, Chuck. this is one of the ones that I went back and forth on, especially due to the fact that they playing in Tennessee. You know what I mean? Ah man, again, man, they came up for me last week. I said, man, if they lose again after I done chose them 2 weeks in a row or 3 weeks in a row, that's gonna be 3 strikes they out. But they came up and they won that game, but they still didn't look that good winning it. I mean, it's close, but I chose Cincinnati when I was first looking at it, so I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm not gonna change it. I'm just gonna go with Cincy, even though I think this is gonna be a tough game, and I won't be surprised if they lose to Tennessee at home.
Okay. We're gonna turn it back around to you, Kurt.
Man, Burrow is back. I mean, he went out there and limped around and beat the Rams, and the boy, got sacked 8, 9 times. So let's just say Titans do put a whipping on him. He makes enough plays. And what's the boy's name? His number one receiver?
Chase.
Chase.
Jamar Chase, yeah.
They're starting to move him around all around the formation. And T. Higgins dropped about 7 balls last game. So I'm looking for Cincy to probably beat them by a touchdown. So give me the Bengals, man.
I didn't say that, Kurt, but I agree with you because they're looking for Chase more because Chase went back there and caused a stink a couple of games
Give him
ago.
a chance.
Yeah. So they're looking for more, and that's not going to do nothing but help them. They're going, that's not going to do nothing but help the offense. So
they're going to roll. They're getting ready to roll 4 or 5 games probably.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I went with the Bengals as well. I just think they'll get it turned around. I was skeptical about them last week, but they were able to get it done. So because Burrow was limping around. So this week I think they'll beat the Titans. And the Titans looked terrible last week. They didn't look like themselves. They don't look like themselves, man. They usually play penalty-free, mistake-free football. They don't beat themselves. They don't turn the ball over. They play solid defense. They're able to run the ball, and they're just not the same Titan team. All right, then. So with that said, we got who? Harold, you got to pick on this one, right?
Yeah, Bengals.
All right. Oh, and by the way, I did pick the Bengals. If I didn't make myself clear. All right, Harold, I'm gonna turn it back around to you again. We got the Raiders taking on the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah. You know what?
They
The
playing
Raiders,
in LA. So that's
Yeah.
just I think Herbert home field advantage is just a little too much.
Okay. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go with the Chargers as well. I will never pick the Raiders. As much as I hate the Raiders, I picked them last week for my upset pick, and they blew it. And I will never pick them again. They, ever since Al Davis died, and I never liked the Raiders, but they usually put a better team on the field. And since Al Davis died and the Suns taking over, that program has gone totally to garbage, man. I'm telling you, it's awful. It's pathetic now. They need to relieve that man of owning that team and give it to somebody else, man. So I'm going with the Chargers. They'll win, and they'll win decisively. They're starting to get the stuff together. They have a good offense. I don't know why they 1-2.
Yeah,
but they have good things. They played Miami tough, man, and it was a shootout. A lot of points scored.
Yep.
All right, so who do you got in that game, Kurt?
Man, Garoppolo is in concussion protocol. That other quarterback they got is pretty decent, but I just see San Diego's defense starting to kind of come together. And because I don't trust Kellen's playbook, I still ain't a believer in his playbook. He's going to score points, but if their defense can play with a lead, which I think they will, so much so that I dropped my fantasy defense, which was the Steelers, and picked up the Chargers because I think they're going to score some points against the Raiders. So give me
Okay.
the Chargers in a blowout.
I'm seeing that too. I'm seeing that coming too.
Yeah.
Raiders suck. I
Yeah,
hate
they
the
do.
Raiders.
They do,
All
man.
right,
They stink.
That Chargers offense is just too high powered. I don't think the Raiders can hang with them, so I'm choosing the Chargers.
okay, we're gonna turn it back around on you, Daryl. You got Zeke trying to get revenge on the Cowboys for letting them go.
Man.
You got the
Dakota.
Patriots going to Dallas to take on the Dakota Dallas Cowboys.
So after last week, y'all remember last week I said, man, I had to
did.
start
You
calling them
did.
Dak now. I can't call them Dakota no more. You know what I'm saying? Well, you back to Dakota now.
I know that's
after that
right.
performance. After that performance. But I don't think now he's playing against New England. And they they're gonna be coached up and they're gonna be ready to play. You know what I'm saying? But one thing, Dallas, he will lose. That's just what Dakota do. You know, that's just Dallas Cowboys doing Dallas Cowboy things. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do.
For sure.
You know, teams they should win, they should beat, they'll mess around and lose to one of them, and then they'll win games that's supposed to be harder, and they might blow this team out. You know what I'm saying? So just based on the nature of the Cowboys, I think after they got beat last week, I think they're gonna come back against this tougher team and mess around and win. So I'm a choose Dakota to come back this week and beat New England.
I think I already know who you're gonna pick, Kurt. Should I just
Man,
write
I
it down?
don't. Hey, on the cool, it's close because Belichick's in a desperate situation. They almost got Dak and them clicking on all cylinders last year. It was a close game, but Mac Jones is a prima donna, low character, crybaby type quarterback, and I just think we're gonna get him twice. And by the third quarter, Micah and them gonna have him just flinch.
Fine.
Yeah. So give me the Cowboys, but like they disgusted me last week for real. So, but I told y'all that was gonna be their worst game. I didn't pick them to lose, but I said I think Dak would throw his first interception.
Yeah.
And I said this would be their worst game, and everybody be talking about the Cowboys ain't this and that. I just didn't think they would actually lose, but everything else I said kind of came true. true.
No, I was always like that with the Cowboys, but for some reason, I thought they'd be better. I thought they was a contender for the Super Bowl.
They still gonna go
they
12-5. That's just one of them 5 games that they gonna lose. Yeah. They lost their first.
Yeah, 12-5 and lose in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah,
maybe so.
I think
that's Cowboys doing Cowboy things.
It's gonna be a tough game, but Bill Belichick is not gonna take his team in there unprepared. But I think the Cowboys, I think they'll bounce back. Zeke could probably have a good game because his former team, he's gonna probably want to get back at him. But I think the Cowboys bounce back after losing that game, and I think that game brought them back down to earth, gave them a little bit of that humble pie. And I think they'll get out there. They're playing in Dallas. They're not going to lose in Dallas. They're not Irving or wherever it is they play. They're not going to lay another egg, not back to back. So I'm going with the Cowboys. And Harold?
Already Cowboy. Only because Jones has more interception. Dak just threw his first pick. I think he playing at home field advantage. I think instead of throwing the ball away, he'll use his legs. He'll run, and he'll show a little more diversity in his game. And it'll be too much. It'll be too much for old Zeke.
Okay.
Oh, Hey man, and one honorable mention. Rico Dowdell or whatever his name is, the backup to Pollard. I see why they let Zeke go. That Joker's
He's a beast.
he's a beast back there, bro. And that ain't even mentioning little Deuce Vaughn, but I'm just saying this dude's keeping Deuce Vaughn off the field, and he runs hard, bro. That
Yeah.
Joker runs hard. So I feel good about the Cowboys' run game.
And I
Mhm.
think 11's gonna have Jones.
Oh yeah, it's a must.
11's gonna be in that backfield. I mean, he's the modern day Lawrence Taylor. It's gonna be a rough night for what's his name, Mac Jones.
Mac
Yeah.
Jones.
Yeah. Jones. Back then you didn't know me. Now I'm hot y'all on me. You're not hot, Mac.
All right. Okay. So let's turn it back around to you, G, man. We got the Cardinals, Arizona, who's a little bit better than we thought they would be, traveling to play the 49ers in San Francisco.
Boy, come on.
He tried to get us to pick him. That's all he
For
doing.
real.
yeah.
Trying to hype him up so
Yeah.
maybe one of us will pick him. Man, come on, man.
Come on, man. I choose Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, and Roger Craig.
Okay. With their dirty, ugly uniforms, right?
Yeah. Ugly uniform.
All right, bro. I'm going with the 49ers as well. The 49ers will be 4-0 after this week. 49ers. Give them to them. Okay, Kurt.
Yeah, what you call the Cardinals, they getting ready to turn back into a pumpkin, bro. It's gonna be bad. So give me the whiners.
40 whiners. All right. Let's go, D.
What are the odds that a team that's tanking it on purpose mess around and beat two of the best teams this year mess around in a row? What are those
Cardinals?
odds? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. No, they're gonna get beat. They're gonna get beat bad. They're gonna pull a Colorado.
Wow.
They're gonna pull. I'm messing with Dion, man. I'm messing with Colorado, man. I don't know why. But you know, I feel like they're gonna come in there, but they're gonna be brought down to earth in San Francisco, man. Hey, listen, I know I've been saying it every week. Deebo Samuels, he's a monster. That dude is I know everybody say he good, but I don't think we give him. I was watching him last week. That man's a monster, man. You know, this team is just. This is a really, really good team. This is a Super Bowl contender. And like you said, they're going to be 4-0 after this week.
Okay. And we're going to turn it back around to you, Daryl.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is taking her Chiefs in the play. No, I'm just joking, y'all. The Chiefs going in to New Jersey and the Meadowlands to take on the Jets. Who do you
Gotta
got?
go with my homeboy. Gotta go with my homeboy. They're gonna win this one. Win this one big.
Okay. And Kurt?
Patrick Mahomes gonna get somebody in New York fired this weekend. Straight up.
Okay.
Mark my words. D coordinator, the ball boy, somebody gonna go this weekend.
Hey, I don't even need to say it. I'm going with the Chiefs. You know, the Jets have I ain't gonna try to bullshit y'all. All right, Chiefs. All the way, baby. All right, G.
Man, come on, Christian Okoye.
Hey, till Atwater met him in the hole, he wasn't never the same after that.
Yeah, but hey, he's not playing Atwater this week. He playing the Muskogee Jets.
What was that other big-headed light-skinned running back? Barry something, man. He was big like a Okoye. He was a Chiefs running back.
A big light.
Very word.
Yeah. Hey,
I remember him.
He was a pack a punch too.
Yeah.
What did Barry Word play in college? Why do I think
Penn State, didn't
Penn State, wasn't he?
Penn State?
Or was that
it
Larry
Penn State. I'm
Johnson?
not-
No.
I know Larry Johnson played at Penn State.
Barry Word
He
might have been
played
at
with
Penn
his
State
dad.
too.
Was he like
Yeah.
a Heisman winner or something?
Who Barry Word? No.
Yeah. No? Okay, never mind. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else.
Yeah, you probably thinking of some.
I
Yeah.
might even think of a basketball player.
I don't know who you thinking of.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hurl's gonna close us out, opening up with the Monday night football game. It's the Seattle Seahawks going to play the New York Giants.
The Seahawks. And the only reason I'm claiming Seahawks because the Giants are playing at home.
Yeah.
And the Giants are better than what they've been showing. But Saquon Barkley is hurt and questionable. And Pete Carroll is a veteran. And I like my boy Geno. Geno and them, they're going to go in there. And then I just don't think the defense, the corners, can cover Metcalf. Metcalf is
He's a monster
out there. So it's an easy win. Seahawks. And y'all still gonna keep losing.
I'm going with the Seahawks also. I'm going for the Seahawks to come into Giant Stadium and beat them. They may not now. Giants may win, but I'm going with the Seahawks. All right. And with that said, Kurt. I feel somebody going across the grain on this. He's in his Malcolm X pose, thinking pose.
Oh man. I can't go against Pete Carroll, man. I just can't. New York ain't showed me Nathan. I mean Nathan this year. I can't do it.
Okay. All right, Daryl, here's your chance to extend your win streak.
Oh, I'm going to extend it.
Giants.
I'm going to extend it. Yeah, I'm going to extend it, but I'm going to extend it by choosing the system because New York Giants, the best part of the New York Giants is hurt this week. The only good thing that we've seen, the only bright spot that we've seen at all this year with the New York Giants is hurt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm choosing the system over the Giants. You know what I mean? Not even that Seattle's good, but Pete Carroll's system is better than the Giants. So yeah. I'm going with that.
Okay. We're at that point in time where we open up the floor for people's thoughts on week 3 and going into week 4, if you want to discuss that. What teams that y'all felt like played well, surprised us, and what teams you think disappointed. Overall assessment of week 3 and perhaps interesting games coming up this week. Open up the floor if anybody has anything they want to say, or just brag about your picks last week. I know Daryl feeling good.
This is preseason, basically. These first 3-4 games, right? Because most people didn't play, right? But I'll tell you who's really surprised me out of the whole league this year. Jordan Love, man.
Yeah.
The Packers are sneakily set up to kind of win their division if the Lions don't win their out of division. Whoever has the best out of division record out of them too, they're gonna be sitting up hosting a playoff game.
Well, I'll tell you, the Texans impressed me last week. Texans surprised me. They jumped out there and jumped on them kids. I was like, man. Yeah. And like you said, their quarterback, man, he looked like he's gonna be able to ball, man. Yeah.
Chuck, did you watch the game, bro? Did you actually watch?
No, I watched NFL Red Zone.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And,
see,
if you watch when they get to the red zone, I mean,
if you watch the game though, you would have saw that it wasn't that impressive. It wasn't that impressive. Like I said, they had to get a punt block, a field goal block or whatever, a kickoff return, and all that other stuff to win the game, man.
Yeah, but that means they won the special teams game They won the defensive game.
defense, and special teams.
Man, okay. When you got to do all that to barely eke out victory, you know what I'm saying?
You have to do all that to win.
You got that's what
That
it's
ain't
supposed
gonna
to be
happen
like
again.
that.
It ain't gonna happen again this week. You know what I'm saying?
You have to play complementary football. That's what it's called, D.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying your team working
But
with
that's
something.
your team,
No,
man.
it's my
crazy.
squad.
We speaking
And I
up
love them,
your team.
but I gotta be real. I can't be Cowboy fan and be like, see, that's Cowboys and Laker fan.
Hey,
Cowboy, not
I'm an
Laker
objective
fan, but
Cowboy fan.
Cowboy fan and LeBron James fan. It's like they just live in this world. You know what I'm saying? Like my son is talking about how LeBron James and the Lakers gonna win the championship this year. I'm like, dude, no, they not. You know what I'm saying? But
No, they ain't gonna win,
but it's
but
like-
we ain't never seen no 38-year-old like that though.
I
Never.
mean, okay, whatever. You know,
Never.
yeah, he's great. Now, listen, we gotta talk
He's
about.
not a scorer, but he's leading all time. He ain't no shooter, but he's got more game winners than everybody. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm a Kareem.
that's a
I'm a
conversation
Kareem person.
for the NBA family fight. We on the NFL family. So man.
Well, Harold done ran off. Harold
Yeah,
took
man,
off.
so-
on the season.
So yeah, man. I mean, I just don't see them. I don't. Houston, man, they all right. I've been talking about them every week. I've been saying
Okay,
how
so
impressive they are every week.
what
Not-
if
not
they
Houston,
win?
I'm talking
What
about
if they
Miami.
win 3 more games just like they won this?
Now, then they showing me that that it wasn't a fluke. But right now, I believe it was a fluke because they.
But you
know,
remember
right
before
now-
the season started, I said they look gonna be better than what people think, and
That's what I
they
was
looking
saying.
like a
Yeah.
team to me.
Now, see, I think the other team beat. See, right now, I don't think that they beat the other team. I think the other team lost the game. They got a bad interception. They allowed them to run back a kickoff return. Things that just don't normally happen. They allowed them to block a punt or a field goal.
Yeah.
Those things just don't normally when those things happen, is mistakes made by the other team, by the offensive team that allowed this team to take advantage of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they do it 3 more times, now I'm saying, well, maybe the special teams is special.
They might
Maybe
just be a nasty ass team. You gotta take serious. Like they just might be somebody that might go 7-9, 8-9, or whatever, and be
They haven't
tough.
convinced me yet. They haven't convinced me yet. And y'all remember, I've been a Texas fan since their inception, so I've been hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm slow. So I'm slow to jump back on. I'm slow to be like, whoop, Texas, we going? No, man, you gonna have.
Yeah, I
to
went
show
through
me.
some tough
I'm gonna have to
years,
prove
you know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
saying?
But who I want to talk about is who I've been talking about every single time we've done this segment. I've mentioned this team, Miami. Man, them boys put up 70 points on another NFL team.
Miami's not an all.
That's only been done 4 times in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, but
Miami's not an all-around football team. They
Huh?
got an explosive offense. They're not balanced.
Yeah, but if they can score 70 points, ain't nobody gonna beat them.
Miami, that's
You got to score 30 points if you want to. You got to score 30
70
points against them just to be in the conversation.
Hey,
Just to be in the conversation, you got to score at least 30. You got to come into every game against Miami saying, "How are we going to get 35 points
but come
to
on,
have a chance?"
B.
And still might lose.
Come on, Miami ran the Statue of Liberty. It was like a flag football game. They ran a Statue of Liberty. They had their second string in there that scored half of those points for them. What they did was Sean Payton boo-booed on his Super Bowl victory for New Orleans, and he made Sierra's platinum CDs go triple plastic.
I'm telling you, man. Somebody, hey, Miami will be humble. You know, it takes. Miami's doing some things right now, but the NFL, they look at film, and the more film they get on them, the more ways they're going to figure to slow that Dolphins down. Trust me, I watch Kansas City just, you know what I'm saying, just dominate on offense, and then win the Super Bowl against Tampa Bay and got shut down. You will get humble.
You
That's
scored
not-
70 points. That's bad coach. That's bad time management. I mean, if I'm a lose,
That's give up by the
yeah,
defense.
that's just like quitting and you getting a check,
That's
bro.
give up.
I think
Yeah.
they did quit him.
That's
And
quit.
that's
to
a
me.
sign. That's a sign of not very good coaching too.
No, that's a sign that it's an
When your
offense.
team quit on
That's
you,
a sign that I'm playing against people that I know I can't do nothing with. They got the 3 fastest people in the NFL.
D.
They got 4 of the fastest times. You know how they be clocking you when you running? They got 4 of the fastest times. And those them DBs saying, you know what? If they get the ball out and open, we ain't gonna be able to catch them. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. So that proves to me, for them to quit like that, that proves to me how good Miami actually is for an NFL team.
Here's the
Like,
thing.
you know what?
Here's the thing. I would have took the penalty or an ejection and I would have put a helmet right in the back of his kidney
Already.
after the play,
Yeah.
and you won't be doing that anymore.
Right.
yeah. You see how they be
That's the
rolling
way I
up
played the game.
on
Hey,
on
Delacroix
Patrick
had
Mahomes'
never beat
knee
Muskogee.
and ankle.
Delacroix had never beat Muskogee ever when I was in high school. The only way we beat him is we had to get nasty. Harold was there. I mean, we only had 30 people or 35. But what I'm saying is, when everybody's outdoing you like that and they putting their balls on your chin, edit that part out. But dang, man, I'm taking some penalties, like a hard foul in basketball, even if it's a flagrant 2.
You gotta
I'm
take
putting a stop to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, now
That's
and
coach.
now, like Chuck said, Miami ain't going undefeated. It's so hard to go undefeated in football in the NFL, no matter how good your team is. You know what I'm saying?
30 is too good.
I think Miami gonna have a couple of losses. I don't think they're gonna go.
But they are the class of the
I
league,
think they're
though.
gonna have a couple of losses.
Don
They are the
Shula
class
did it.
of the league right now, though.
Huh?
Don
To me,
Shula did it.
it's Miami, then Kansas City.
You think it's Miami and Kansas? Where does San Francisco fall into that? Third?
And the NFC.
Third.
Oh,
And the
okay,
NFC,
okay.
they number 1 to me. San Fran is. Philly's number 2. And I'll give Dallas number 3 just because it's not anybody else, really.
Arizona, man. They can't be in the top 5. They lost Arizona.
But who else you gonna put up there?
Oh no, I'm just can't be
Yeah,
Dallas.
that's what I'm saying.
Arizona could have been 3-0.
But here's the thing: you watch
Arizona could have been 3-0.
They could have been.
beat
They was played
Washington.
that close.
They could have. Yeah, they could have beat Washington. You know, they played them tough, man.
They played New York tough, and yeah. So, but here's the thing about San Fran: watch, by the 6th game of the season, injuries just gonna start.
Well, that's every team, though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
No,
saying?
but San Fran's known for it, though. Watch, they'll start out like 5-1,
Yeah.
and watch some injuries because of the style they play.
They play
You can't
hard.
give Debo the ball in the backfield that many times.
Yeah.
Somebody gonna get him.
Yeah. They very physical.
I'll be hunting. I'll be hunting for somebody like him.
Well,
Yeah.
Debo a big dude. Debo, people be making business decisions when Debo get the ball. You know what I'm saying? They not
D-backs
just
do.
running at Debo like that. They
D-backs
tackle
do.
him
I'm
around
talking
his
about
leg.
ear holding him when he making a cut, and I'm 300 pounds, and I done hunted him downfield. Soon as he turn around, whoa! Just check. He gonna miss 3 or 4 games, and that's gonna be important. Ayuk is already out. They cruising right now. All I'm saying is, when you play that physical style, injuries is gonna happen, man. By the middle, even if it's for something where dudes is tired, and an injury may become bigger, so they can get a couple of games off.
Yeah, but they have so much talent, man. Don't they got McCaffrey?
They've had the most talent in the last 3 years, and they ain't did nothing.
McCaffrey can't be injury prone at times too.
Oh, man,
McCaffrey
he's
gonna
gonna
get-
be hurt.
McCaffrey gonna
Mark
miss.
Yeah, he gonna get hurt.
my words. Look at history. He ain't never
McCaffrey
played
gonna
Only
miss.
the only way Miami's gonna lose is somebody gotta knock that quarterbacks. They gotta scramble his brain. They gotta scramble his eggs.
Yeah.
And eventually, as professionals, they'll call the right blitz, and someone eventually
Put that helmet in his back.
Well,
It's
they
just
got
gonna
the
happen.
piece. They got the Chiefs in my home, Deutschland, Frankfurt, Germany, which is
And
a
Jones,
bomb city, by the
Jones
way.
will probably catch.
I hate to say
Yeah.
this though,
And-
but I don't even look at the Chiefs as a threat to Miami.
Not
They-
now.
but listen, Miami just beat a
When
team.
that
by
week
2
come,
quarters.
you pick Miami.
Well,
You pick
Miami
Miami.
just beat an NFL team by 2 quarters. By 2 quarters, 50 Cent without
Yeah.
Waddle.
Yeah.
Did y'all even realize that Waddle didn't play? They second best wide receiver. They come on.
Yeah.
The person who got the best
then,
hands
you know-
on the team. He ain't the fastest, but he got the best hands. I think his hands is better than that other receiver out there. And he didn't even play.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Them
our
boys, man,
worst
come on.
free agency loss since I've been a Chiefs fan is Tyreek Hill. One of our worst free
He was the
agency.
fastest man out there, but Waddle got the best hands.
Well, the
In my
curse of
opinion.
Taylor Swift is going to go. The curse of Taylor Swift getting ready to come into effect this year.
I hope not, man. I wrote a song about it. Want to hear it? Here it goes.
Hey man, in a year Taylor Swift gonna be singing about Kelsey, man. You know how she's singing about all her exes. She gonna be singing about Kelsey, man, and how when she
Let me
broke
see, I
up.
wrote a song about
Come on.
it.
Oh, she dating
I
Kelce?
dated Travis Kelsey and the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Next year she gonna come out with a song say he really likes black girls. Why?
Yeah.
Because Kelsey liked them sisters, bro.
Yeah.
Taylor ain't even got enough booty back there for him. To be honest.
Hey, man. Sign us out of here, man.
Man, listen, we've had a great time
We
today.
talked about it.
We've had a great time today, man. We thank you so much for staying with us all the way to the end. Listen, as always, we want you to tell us what you think about our picks down below. Tell us who you pick, who you think the big upset is going to be this week. Tell us, pick your games. We want to have that discussion down below. Holla at us. Check out the Ragsdale, the Ragsdale YouTube page. Check out my big brother Earl, who's doing big things on the Ragsdale YouTube page. Check out my big cousin Curdy, who has Kurt Cares, who's doing a bunch of good things out there, y'all. Just support the family. Y'all, we love y'all. Keep on, tell somebody about us. Lift us up, man. And we want to make this big because we having a good time and we want y'all to have a good time with us. So we'll see you next time, man. Come back out and see us.
Peace.
Chiefs. Go Chiefs.
Boo.
Jamal Charles.